Anyway, so long story short, I was in Mexico probably like 2-3 weeks ago. It was me, a couple of my partners, had this nice little chocolate thing with me, you know what I'm talking about? Celebrating our birthday or whatever. So we was out there, you know what I'm saying? We having a good time, we drinking, we vibing. We were not smoking weed because the weed in Mexico is trash. And I don't smoke weed like that. But last season of, all right, so boom, we talked about that. So that's just a shameless plug. Anyway, so back to my story. So we're in Mexico, we vibing. So it's actually about to be the girl's birthday. And so she's like, yo, I want to be in the club before 12 p.m. before my actual birthday strikes, right? So I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Tulum, however you say it. You know, I'm from West Jackson. However you say it. We was actually staying in Tulum, and Cancun is like an hour and a half drive. So we rented a car. We had to drive way from Tulum to Cancun. So we get in the car. It's probably like 10:25, something like that. And we're driving. And Shawty's in the passenger seat pouting. Now, that's a different story. We're not even going to go there. Shawty's in the passenger seat pouting, right? Because she's like, we're not going to make it to the club on my birthday. And I'm like, yes, we are. Trust me. It's Mexico. They don't have speed limits. That's not true, okay? So don't listen to them. If you've never been to Mexico, if you go to Mexico and drive a car, they definitely have speed limits. Whether you adhere to them or not, it's your decision. So we flying, right? I'm talking about Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, all that. And I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about Mexico is they got random speed bumps in the middle of their highway. So I like to tow the car up probably about 3 to 4 times because we like Starsky and Hutch over one of the speed bumps and hit the ground and skr. Shout out to my dog Silas. But anyway, so if you ever been to Cancun, you know that there's like a strip of like nice restaurants and nice resorts right before you get to the actual strip of like clubs and stuff. So we on this strip, so in front of every I stay in Airbnb so much I don't even know what they're called now. Resorts. Thank you. I was just brain fart. In front of somebody is out there like this dude dumb as hell. But anyway, in front of all the resorts, they drastically reduce the speed limit. So it go from like 80 kilometers to like 40 instantly like that, and then back to 80 as soon as you pass it. So I'm driving, right? I see the signs. I'm not gonna act like I didn't. Completely ignored them. I'm talking about I'm coming around curves, tail in, dragging out, looking like I'm on Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, right? And so, because I know that we're cutting it close, and I'm only like probably like 15 minutes away from the strip, right? But it's like 11:40 at the time. So my partner in the car say, man, you better slow down. And I was like, what they gonna do? Pull me over? Whoop! I kid you not. Soon as I said that, lights flash. And the police is right beside me on a motorcycle. I didn't even see him. He's right beside me on a motorcycle like, yo, pull over. And I tried to play it cool. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. We got you. So I pull over, right? Police come to the car and he was like, and I mean, you know, I'm in Mexico. So he's speaking like broken English, Spanish, really Spanglish. And he's like, my friend, you were going really fast. But he said it way worse than that. And I was just like, I don't speak Spanish. Mind you, he said it in English, but it was like a broken English. So I was like, I don't speak Spanish. Because in my mind, I'm like, he going to be like, well, I can't talk to him, so I'm going to just let him go. So I said that, and he was like, un momento. Then another Mexican cop walked up. He speaks perfect English. And he's like, hey, step out the car, bro. Basically. So I get out the car. The girl in the passenger seat starts panicking. She was sweating, heart beating fast. My partners is in the back seat just like, oh, man, what we going to do? Meanwhile, I've been drinking. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I have been drinking. So I was like, in my mind, I'm like making my way downtown, walking fast as I walk to the back of the car. So the police is like, hey, man, you were speeding, yada, yada, whoop-de-woo. We're going to give you a ticket and we're going to take your license and you have to come back to pay the ticket tomorrow and get your license back. And I'm like, well, that's not gonna work for me because I'm about to go to the club and I can't get to the club without an ID. So we got to figure something else out. And he's like, yeah, you could just come get it tomorrow. And I was like, bro, I'm staying in Tulum. That's like an hour and a half drive. I'm not driving way down here just to get a license. What can we do? And so the cop was like, so the ticket is $100. You can give me $100 and, you'll be good to go. And I was like, I don't have $100 on me. Mind you, lying. Of course I got $100 on me. So the cop was like, all right, how about this? And put it in his phone. It was like 100 divided by 2 is 50 American. Can you do that? And I was like, man, I got $40 American. And he was like, okay, no problem. So then I'm like, can I get it from the people in my car? And he's like, yeah, go. So I go to the car. Meanwhile, I lean in the car and I'm like, hey, y'all, don't laugh out loud. But the police just only charging me $40 to go home from this ticket. And so they bust out laughing. And I'm like, hey, quiet down. For they know we laughing. Meanwhile, in my pocket, I only have like hundreds. So I have to ask one of my friends. I'm like, yo, let me borrow $40 till we get to the club. And I'll give it back to you. I don't want them to know I actually have a $100 bill. Because, I told them I ain't have it. Anyway, moral of the story is, wait, not yet. So then I give him the 40. He give me my license. We go. We get to the club. It's like 11:50. Thankfully, there's a parking lot right across the street from the club. And I'm like, man, this finna be so expensive. So I pull up and I'm like, yo, how much to park? The dude is like, $3. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Because if you live in Atlanta like I do, parking is $20. You spend $50 before you even walk in the club. So we pay the $3 to park. We run in the club. As soon as we run in, it's like 11:59. I get a shot. I get them shots. And 12 o'clock strikes. And the birthday was saved. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, keep dollars and tens and 20s on you if you go to Mexico, because you never know if you're going to have to bribe the police. This is the first episode of Long Story Short with yours truly, the DJ PM, aka Mr. Let Me Be Great. Make sure you subscribe at THEE Great Group. That's at the Be Great Group. And I got some sponsorships and stuff like that coming up that I'm going to announce real soon. But until then, stay great.